sport.
Welcome in to Championship Wrestling. I'm Michael St. John here at the world-famous Sportatorium. And if you weren't at the Sportatorium last night, whoa, what action you missed. But today, here on Channel 27, we've got some great action for you. Our opening match will be for the Texas Heavyweight Championship. Superstar Bill Dundee will put the title on the line against Dr. Tom Prichard. We'll also show you some highlights of some of the events that occurred last night at the Sportatorium. We can't show you everything that occurred, but there is a major feud going on between the new Southern Heavyweight Champion, flamboyant Eric Embry, and the Golden Boy, Jeff Jarrett. Plus, on our card here today, you're going to see El Grande Pistolero in action against an outstanding newcomer in Chris Candido. And in our main event, the Texas Women's Championship on the line. Sweet Georgia Brown puts it up against Madeline Collins. Get ready for action. It's coming your way next from the USWA. Superstar Bill Dundee making his way into the ring. The Texas Heavyweight Championship on the line here today as he's got it up against Dr. Tom Prichard. Prichard held it at one time. Superstar Bill Dundee is now the holder. Held it once prior to this also. This should be quite a match. Two champions in reality going at each other, and we're ready for action. One fall, 60-minute time limit. Referee Tony Falk. It's the USWA's Texas Heavyweight Championship, a belt that has been the predecessor and the forerunner to many a world heavyweight champion. Many a former world champion first held the Texas title. This belt is steeped in history, and these two men don't like each other, so this should be quite a war. Here's Prichard slung down with the arm drag takedown by superstar Bill Dundee. Dundee moving in, grabs the arm bar on Prichard. Prichard at times will add his commentary to the action here at the Sportatorium. Very biased, I might add, but I will also give credit where credit is due, and that is Dr. Tom Prichard does know wrestling. And when he wants to wrestle, he can get in there and do a fine job of it. But most of the time, he much prefers to take the shortcut and to brawl and use street fight tactics and measures in the ring to take the victory. But there you see a nice wrestling move by Prichard. But Dundee comes out on top with the hammerlock. There's Tojo Yamamoto, the mentor of Dr. Tom Prichard. He will get involved in the match, both verbally and physically at times. You got to keep your eye on him, and I know superstar Bill Dundee very much aware of that. Dundee locking it up with Prichard, takes him back down in the hammerlock. Upcoming today in our program, we have a women's championship match, the Texas women's title on the line. But right now, the men's version of that, the Texas Heavyweight Championship at stake. You look at it over the shoulder of Tojo Yamamoto, seeing what he sees. And right now, he sees his man being stomped by superstar Bill Dundee with the hammerlock. Now Dundee back to his feet, as is Prichard. And they lock up again. Prichard rearing back, throws a right hand, but Dundee comes firing back. Prichard has not been complimentary of superstar Dundee when he has been on our microphones, referring to him in various derogatory terms. Dundee moves in, takes that outside toe hold on Prichard. Dundee, with the amazing thing about superstar Bill Dundee is his frame. He's not a big man, goes in at about 221, hails from Australia. They call him the Battling Aussie, and I have never seen the man outfought. I have rarely seen him defeated in matches. But I can assure you that nobody will outfight Bill Dundee. Tojo exchanging some unpleasantries with our fans at ringside here at the Sportatorium. Want to remind you that Don't Mess with Texas and Jeff Jarrett are teaming up next Saturday, the 15th of June, for the filming of a television commercial here in the Sportatorium. We need your help to fill it up and make it a success. We need 500 people to sit in the stands Saturday, June 15th, to be part of this commercial. It'll start at 10 o'clock in the morning. For you Texas area wrestling fans interested in participating, you can come to the Sportatorium, pick up a release form that morning, and be in the television commercial with Jeff Jarrett. And don't mess with Texas. That's Saturday, June 15th at 10 o'clock in the morning. Superstar Bill Dundee with the advantage of Dr. Tom Prichard. Dr. Tom caught. He's got that knee wrapped up. Almost a short leg scissors. Going to put that leg over the lower strand of ropes. Dundee going to come down on it. Is he going to do it? Yes, he does. Stretching the ligaments in that knee. Dundee now with a little springboard action, and Prichard backs into the corner. Prichard being worn down by Dundee. Dundee working on that left leg. Wraps it across the ropes. Puts his knee into Prichard's knee, and Prichard takes the punishment. You can see him in some pain right now. Dundee working over that leg, grabs it again, has it stretched over that rope, and Dundee pours the knee into Prichard's knee again. We're going to break away from this action. More of the Texas Championship. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Prichard going into the waistband of his tights. We'll come back to more action of this Texas Championship right after this.
Of all the tough opponents I've faced, none's been tougher than pain. Smelly old-fashioned liniments never helped much, but today's trainers have something that works. Aloe Vera-based Flexall 454. When one pain-relieving gel is endorsed by the athletic trainers in pro football, baseball, basketball, and hockey, you know it's the best. Sidelined with pain? Get back in the game with Flexall. It's a winner. Flexall, the pain relief pro trainers recommend.
Oh, coming south, hot is in. It's Davis, big and tall for men.
Don't forget your special dad on his special day. A large assortment of big and tall men's clothes, hottest fashions and sportswear, gift ideas in big and tall sizes, and backed by popular demand, a free necktie with the purchase of any dress shirt. 3 locations in the Metroplex to serve you.
Dear David, David's big and tall.
Ooh-wee! Your International House of Pancakes restaurants are going country with big country breakfasts. Look at this. Chicken fried steak and country gravy with eggs, potatoes, and 3 lip-smacking buttermilk pancakes, or biscuits and gravy with country sausage and eggs and potatoes and a plate full of buttermilk pancakes. Come and get it.
Big country breakfast, just $4.99. Served all day, every day at your Dallas-Fort Worth IHOPs now.
Never been to Texas Safari? Look what you've been missing. 7.5-mile exotic animal drive-through with 3,000 animals. Fully equipped RV park with complete hookups. Watch Indian braves dive 45 feet at the authentic Tonkawa Indian Cave. Unusual and exotic rides for young and old. Parsons Gulch, the 1896 western town where anything is likely to happen. Exotic animal shows, Lake Victoria for swimming and relaxing. It's all at Texas Safari, Clifton, Texas.
Joe Yamamoto at ringside has slipped a chain into the hand of Dr. Tom Prichard. And Prichard has it wrapped around his fist. Now, wait a minute. Dundee chasing Kojo Yamamoto up the aisle of the Sportatorium. There's Kojo. And Yamamoto, now look at this. Here's Dr. Tom Prichard slinging that right hand covered with that chain, and Dundee goes down in a heap, taking the full brunt of that chain. Prichard closing in, puts the head of Dundee into the turnbuckle. And Prichard now, given the opportunity to take advantage of Dundee, is doing just that. Prichard now distracting the referee, and now moves in on Dundee in the corner and pounds away with that chain around his wrist. And superstar Billy is down on the canvas. The current Texas champion, worse for wear right now, as Dr. Tom Prichard taking the fight right to superstar Bill Dundee. Picks him up, slams him, side of the head again. Dundee staggers around the ring. Referee asking Prichard if he's got something. Prichard denying it and moving in again on Dundee in the ropes. Chopped him, whoa, nailed him in the throat. Right hand, Bill Dundee staggered again, but Bill comes back with his own right hand. Here comes the battling Aussie, and there's a headbutt right to the midsection, and he ties Prichard up. He's got Prichard tied up, the referee warning him. Bill ready to do some damage here. and instead slugs away. And Prichard waving the referee, saying, runs to tell him not to use his fist. Prichard going to load up his own fist right now, wrapping it with the chain that Tojo Yamamoto gave him, and nailed Dundee with it one more time. Prichard for the cover, 1, 2, and a 2 count was all he got. Prichard moving in on the Superstar Texas title on the line here. Dundee, the current title holder, being waylaid by Tom Prichard right now. Prichard using everything to his advantage. Chains and chops and right hands. Dundee back to the rope. Slung across the way, caught in the clothesline. Superstar down, covered by Prichard. Not time for the count, as Dundee up very quickly. Superstar Billy going up and down almost like an elevator right now. But now Dundee comes firing back. A couple of rights and lefts to Prichard. Prichard on the ropes now. Dundee moving in. Slings him across the way. Up. Body dropping Prichard's down. Dundee spread eagle with Prichard and puts the boot into the midsection. Prichard trying to get out of the way, but Dundee staying right on him like a duck on a June bug. Backslide. Dundee's got him rolled. 1, 2, but that's all. Prichard escapes. Dundee going from behind, has the sleeper. This could be it right here. Dundee with the sleeper hold, and he's got it in the middle of the ring. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Tojo Yamamoto's up to the apron. Now Dundee going over and nails Tojo. He's got Tojo grabbed on the apron. Referee trying to separate him. Tom Prichard has the briefcase. He's got Yamamoto's briefcase. And Dundee is nailed with the briefcase. The referee out on the floor admonishing Tojo. Did not see it. Dundee down. Prichard going for the cover. He's got Dundee wrapped up. 1, 2, 3. We have a new Texas champion. In no uncertain terms, Dr. Tom Prichard, using Tojo Yamamoto's briefcase as a weapon, knocks out Superstar Bill Dundee and claims the Texas title. Prichard has won the belt, and I still don't think Superstar Bill Dundee knows what hit him. There's the Superstar in the ring. And Superstar Bill Dundee beaten by Dr. Tom Prichard thanks to some shenanigans of Tojo Yamamoto. Whoa, did Tojo Yamamoto ever get involved there? Earlier at the Sportatorium last night, flamboyant Eric Embry fought Nightmare Danny Davis with the Southern title on the line. The winner to get a shot with Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett wanting the match for the Southern title this coming Friday night at the Sportatorium. The match has been signed. It's Prichard versus Jarrett. Let's look at highlights of Eric Embry and Nightmare Danny Davis last night from the Sportatorium.
Well, now, wait just a moment. Before we went to a break, you were pondering the question in your head. Did Eric Embry have a glass jaw because you saw him go down so hard? Well, let me just ask you the question. Do you think that maybe Danny Davis might just have a glass jaw? I almost broke his jaw right here in the Sportatorium ring one night myself. So he may not be all that tough, and he may not be all that big and bad in the ring either.
Mike Tyson would have a glass jaw if somebody hit him in the face with a chain.
Yeah, well, Mike Tyson is Mike Tyson. We're talking about Danny Davis. We're talking about Eric Embry, who's one of the toughest, if not probably the toughest to walk down that Sportatorium aisle.
You hear in the background flamboyant Eric Embry adding insult to injury. He's got Danny Davis worked over, and he grabbed the microphone from the ring announcer here at the Sportatorium and tried to just insult Danny Davis right there. That is something I disagree with, not only with Eric Embry, but I've seen you do it before. And that is when you've got a man beat, when you got him on the ropes, when you got victory in your grasp, why in the world do you continue to torment a man?
Because I tell you why right now. We are consummate champions. We are the men that you want to watch here in the USWA. And we're sending a message to people like Jarrett. We're sending a message to people like Danny Davis, Bill Dundee, and yeah, Jerry the King Lawler. We want you to see just what kind of damage you can get your body into when you step in the ring with us. That's one of the reasons why we keep punishing our men past the point we have to go. That's why we want everybody who sees our matches to understand what you're getting into when you sign a contract against Eric Embry or Tom Prichard.
Eric Embry with that big clothesline. They threw that one from left field, but there's Danny Davis coming out from underneath at the count of 2. Embry moving back in. Going for the DDT, and down goes Davis, and he bounces off the mat. His head being rammed into the mat here at the Sportatorium. The Nightmare Danny Davis suffering the effects of the DDT.
I think Danny Davis has put up a tremendous fight against the Southern Heavyweight Champion, but I don't think it's that good a fight to where he's going to come anywhere near a victory.
Davis is down again. The DDT for the second time administered by flamboyant Eric Embry. A very pleased Tojo Yamamoto outside the ring, calling some of the shots. He's almost like the catcher, giving signals. Here is the pile driver, the most devastating hold in wrestling, and down goes Nightmare Danny Davis. That is outlawed in 38 of the 50 states.
Yeah, but it's also an outlaw move that Eric Embry has perfected. He's almost patented, and anywhere he's gone, he's made it his move.
Nightmare Danny Davis just kicked out of it.
And they don't usually kick out.
Nightmare Danny Davis showing more stamina than I've ever seen him show before. Kicking out of the devastating pile driver. Nightmare Danny Davis trying to gather his senses. Embry, though, still right on top of him, picks him up and pokes him in the eye. Nothing scientific about that. That's not a wrestling hold.
No, but it was good enough to stop the onslaught.
Here's the DDT one more time. Embry bouncing off the ropes, grabbing the Nightmare Danny Davis, rolls him over.
That's it. That's got to be it this time. Nobody can kick out of that.
No! He did kick out. What in the world? Nightmare Danny Davis showing the strength and the stamina of a true professional.
I will say this for Nightmare Danny Davis. Not only did he kick out about 3 DDTs, he kicked out of Eric Embry's pile driver. And I've got to wonder, I've got to ask myself, what do you have to do to this guy to put him away right now?
Obviously, Eric Embry thinks you got to throw some fists. A couple of more right hands to Nightmare Danny Davis. Danny looks like he's taking the brunt of these right hands, and indeed he is. He comes slugging back at the slugfest in the middle of the Sportatorium ring. Davis firing back on Embry. Embry slung around. He is dazed and confused. Head rammed into the turnbuckle repeatedly by the Nightmare Danny Davis. And now Eric Embry is in some kind of trouble.
Well, I've got to say this about Danny Davis. He has shown some resiliency that he should belong in the ring, but I'm still not so sure he's come out with a victory. Eric Embry's too close to the ropes.
Tim Burr on Eric Embry, a count of 2. Embry, as you can see, a little bit bewildered by this turn of events. Neckbreaker! This could be it! We could have a new Southern champion. There you see the expression, Eric Embry out on his feet.
Put your leg,
1, 2,
yes.
and
Yes.
you call that shot. Eric Embry finding the ropes to break the count.
That's been a move Danny Davis has used through the years to his advantage. But Eric Embry, being the veteran he is too, and being the Southern Heavyweight Champion, he wants to hold on to that belt, and I think it's going to take more than a neck breaker to help to get Danny Davis anywhere.
That time, Embry grabbed the ropes. He grabbed that top rope, and the effect of the neck breaker was all on the body of Nightmare Danny Davis, and a critical mistake by Embry. A flying headbutt, but Davis moved out of the way.
These guys have been going back and forth, and Eric had better think of something right now to put this guy out quick. He looks like he might have got his second or third win, and Eric needs to find a weak spot in him to get this match over now.
Danny Davis coming back strong. Right hands to the head of the Southern Heavyweight Champion. Now Embry rolls him up. He's got him
Hold
down.
him, Eric.
Oh, look at this. He's got his feet on the rope. 1, 2, 3. He got the 3 count. Flamboyant Eric Embry has retained the Southern Heavyweight title, but he used the ropes to add leverage to keep Danny Davis's shoulders down. Davis is upset, and rightfully so. He was so defending the Southern Heavyweight Champion. But leave it up to Eric Embry. He found a way to win the match.
This is not what you want in a shave. Now you've got the edge. With 6 rich lubricants. For less irritation, you've got the edge.
What is real?
Is that for real?
That can't be real.
What about her? Is she for real?
Well, what is real?
This is real.
Skittles.
Tart and tangy. Wild berry. Tropical. Real fun. Real good. With real fruit juices.
Skittles. Bite-sized candy.
Taste the rainbow.
Hey, I'm Russell, and I got Wayne here. What's up? And this new F1 race for Game Boy. Up to 4 guys can play each other at the same time. Whoa, major crash! Use the turbo, man. Number 3's tossing him. Each guy's got his own race. Whoa, right! And his own screen and his very own view of the race. No, he's got one quick. I don't know what Wayne said was, I don't know what he said. Anyway, 4-player adapter things included. F1 race for Game Boy from Nintendo. Round up your posse and check it out.
Legend as it's never been told before. Kevin Costner is Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, June 14th at a theater near you.
Wet paint. Dry cleaning.
Some things were never meant to go together. Other things always were. Like the tastes in Combo snacks. Only Combos fills crunchy pizza crust with cheese and pepperoni. That's why Combos is the one snack that's twice as good.
That's good.
I'm Michael St. John back with you here at the world-famous Sportatorium in Dallas, Texas. Last night, this place was rocking. It got wild. I want to show you an incident that occurred during an interview with the Golden Boy, Jeff Jarrett. You'll see what happened. Take a look. Jeff, Eric Embry won the match. Danny Davis gave him everything that he could stand. And I got a feeling when you get in there with the ring, you're going to give Eric Embry more than he can possibly take.
That's exactly right, Michael. The time has come, Eric Embry. I've tried and tried to get a rematch, and no, you refuse time after time. Well, next week it looks like it's just going to be me and you. And you know, this day and age, you think about Southern champions. There's been a lot of great champions. But Eric, you don't resemble any qualities. You're out of shape. And all you want to do is run your big fat mouth like your big fat belly. Well, Eric Embry, you better get ready, because I stay in the gym every day, and I think about my matches night after night, and I put a lot of time and effort into my profession. And what every guy strives to be in this profession is the Southern Heavyweight Champion or be some type of champion. And that's exactly what I'm going to be after next week, is the Southern Heavyweight Champion.
Jeff, wait a minute. We got trouble.
We got trouble. And if you want to, we can get in the ring right now.
Flamboyant Eric Embry.
Yeah.
I ain't been dodging you or anybody else, man. This is my home, and everybody knows here I ain't backed up from nobody.
Yeah, time after time.
Oh, wait a minute. Eric Embry has attacked Jeff Jarrett right here at the Sportatorium. They're not going to wait on next week or next month or even next match. They're going to town. Eric Embry in the ring is being pummeled by Jeff Jarrett. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Here comes Prichard. There's one for Prichard. Jeff Jarrett is exploding in the ring. He is loaded for bear. Prichard goes down. He's got both of them. Slams them together. Eric Embry throwing wild punches. Embry and Prichard both taking the measure. Jeff Jarrett taking the measure of both of them. Here comes Tex Salanger, Master Blaster in the ring. Here comes help. Danny Davis and Bill Dundee coming to the aid of Jeff Jarrett. It is a wild fight at the Sportatorium. Jarrett, Dundee, Davis taking the measure of Embry, Prichard, Salanger, and Master Blaster. They're out of here. There you saw Eric Embry interrupting what Jeff Jarrett had to say. A little bit later on at the Sportatorium last night, let's see what happened when Eric Embry had his say.
I'm the Southern Heavyweight Champion. I pinned your shoulders to the mat. 1, 2, 3. And you ain't got the guts, man, to face me face to face man to man. There's always Jarrett's goons hanging around like Dundee and Davis. Well, Jeff Jarrett, you're just a snotty-nosed punk in a man's profession. So next week, right here, I'm gonna give you a Texas-sized whooping, boy. The type of whooping that you ain't never had before. Worse than I gave you last time. Oh, you got to hold that, Coach.
Jeff Jarrett headed this way. Wait a minute, flamboyant Eric Embry's jumped into the ring. Jeff Jarrett is here with us.
Let me tell you something, Embry. I'm going to make this short, and I'm going to make it sweet. I'm not going to fall into any of your traps and get up in the ring, but you know as well as I do, and this little punk over here knows, that not only can I take care of you, I can take care of Dr. Tom Prichard, Master Blaster Tex Salanger, and the rest of your little stooges. So next week, pal, shine that belt up, because I'm coming to get it, and that's a promise.
Jeff Jarrett, the golden boy, telling Eric Embry, wait a minute, here goes Embry. Embry came racing out of the ring. Tom Prichard is here at ringside, but here comes Jeff Jarrett firing back again. Jeff Jarrett has Embry, throws him into the ring. And here we go again. It's a replay of before. Jeff Jarrett loaded for bear, taking the measure of both Embry and Prichard. Jeff Jarrett is on fire. Here comes Master Blaster and Tex Salanger. Here comes Dundee and Danny Davis. They're all in the ring again. And a melee has broken out once more here at the Sportatorium. Here comes Tom Prichard out of the ring. Prichard is headed out of here. Davis and Jarrett and Dundee have cleared the ring again. The only words I can explain the action last night at the Sportatorium, wild and woolly. This man, Jeff Jarrett, this coming Friday night, you got the shot you want. Flamboyant Eric Embry for the Southern title that's rightfully yours.
That's exactly right, Michael. I'm not going to come out here and holler and scream and tell Eric Embry exactly what I'm going to do to you. It's a Southern heavyweight title shot, and it's what I've been wanting for a long, long time. And you know, Eric, this goes way back. More than just a Southern title. It goes back to when you stood on your own. Yeah, some people called you a rebel, but a lot of people got behind you. And I was the first guy to come to your side. And we fought a lot of tough battles side by side. And now not only have you turned your back on me, but you've turned your back on these great people. That's right, Eric. And you know it as well as I do that you've got something coming to you. You know, you're not the Southern heavyweight champion. You and Tom Prichard and Tojo and the rest of your goons, because you didn't win it by yourself. It took more than you. Eric Embry, you know as well as I do. I'm a better man than you. I'm a better wrestler than you. And I'm a better fighter than you. And you're going to find that out Friday night. That's exactly right. Southern heavyweight title, yeah, and you just better get ready. And bring whoever you want.
Wait a minute, here comes Tojo Yamamoto.
Bring Tojo out here, it doesn't matter. I can't wait.
Tojo Yamamoto coming to ringside.
Punk, what you talking about? What you talking about, Eric Embry? What you talking about?
I'll take that stick. I'll take it.
You're not the category like Embry, Eric Embry. You understand? You just a young punk. You know what I mean?
Jeff Jarrett going right after Tojo Yamamoto, and he's taking that kendo stick. Wait a minute. Eric Embry from behind with the briefcase. He came over my shoulder.
Be a Southern heavyweight champion. You're a snotty-nosed punk, son.
Eric Embry, Pearl Harboring Jeff Jarrett, and quickly to the aid of Jarrett, Danny Davis and Bill Dundee. They've been the policemen, and Dundee throwing the briefcase up the aisle. Jeff Jarrett now headed up the aisle, too. We've got to break away from this. We'll be back with more action.
Hi, I'm Tim Paulson, Vice President of Hair Club for Men, and of course, I'm also a client. I'm proud to announce that Hair Club has just made a dramatic improvement in our strand-by-strand system of hair replacement, the Polyfuse method. Call our toll-free number now, and we'll send you our new brochure describing in detail our latest innovation, the Polyfuse method.
So why call it Polyfuse? Because by applying a polymer to your existing hair, it will literally fuse with the new hair we add. And believe me, even when I run my fingers through Sean's hair, it still feels natural, like his own, even when the hair blows around. It looks very natural. Even when wet, Gerard's hair still looks like it's all his own.
So make sure you call our toll-free number now to find out more about our dramatic improvement, the Polyfuse method from Hair Club for Men.
Don't forget, we stand behind it. And remember,
I'm not only the hair club president, but I'm also a client.
When I say on TV, I guarantee it, that's exactly what it means. If you have any problem, call me, and you should encourage your customers to call me from the store. Use our 800 number. Let them call me up, and even if I'm not in the office, they can leave me a voicemail message in their own words. I'm not listening to a Men's Warehouse employee's interpretation. I'm listening directly to the customer's own words, and I think it's fantastic.
If you're looking for something special for Father's Day, stop by Action Rent to Own. Let Dad kick up his heels in one of these great recliners by Bassett. Or a new Bassett Tranquilizer recliner with Tranquilene. Let this incredible massage system take away Dad's tension and stress. And how about a new TV to give Dad something to do while he's relaxing in his favorite chair? Come to the Action location nearest you and discover why Action Rent to Own is your best choice.
Michael St. John back here at the Sportatorium for the USWA. I have just been informed by Max Andrews, the president of the USWA, upon reviewing what has happened here today between Dr. Tom Prichard and superstar Bill Dundee, an added match to the Dallas card Friday night here at the Sportatorium. Prichard will have to put his Texas title up on the line right away against superstar Bill Dundee. We've got the complete Dallas card. Take a look. It's the excitement of USWA wrestling action this Friday night at the world-famous Sportatorium. Opening action, Private Terry Daniels battles El Grande Pistolero. You'll see El Gran Colosso take on the dirty white boy Tony Anthony. The World Light Heavyweight Championship is on the line as the Nightmare Danny Davis defends the gold against the challenge of Chris Candido. You will see a grudge match. Gorgeous Gary Young takes on the Master Blaster. Plus, a Texas death match as the result of what happened at the Sportatorium last week. The Tennessee stud Robert Fuller takes on the rugged Tex Salanger. And in the main event, the Southern Heavyweight title will be on the line as flamboyant Eric Embry, the new Southern Heavyweight champion, defends the belt against the former champion, the Golden Boy, Jeff Jarrett. 6 sensational matches. The Sportatorium in Dallas, Texas, corner of Cadiz Industrial, this Friday night. The matches start at 8 o'clock. Be there. Don't Mess with Texas and Jeff Jarrett are teaming up next Saturday, June 15th, for the filming of a television commercial here at the world-famous Sportatorium. And we need your help in order to make it a success. We need 500 extras to fill the stands next Saturday, June 15th at 10 o'clock in the morning. For those Texas wrestling fans interested in participating, please pick up a release form at the Sportatorium Friday night. Thanks for your support, and join us Saturday, June 15th at 10 o'clock. The fans have just seen the complete Dallas card this coming Friday night at the Sportatorium. Max Andrews giving you the rematch you want. You get to get Mr. Prichard in the ring for that belt.
That's right, Tommy Prichard. And just like you, I'm sure you had a mother and a father, and they used to tell you, Tommy, that ain't how you win or lose, it's how you play the game. Well, that's what I used to believe in, and I'm sure most sports-minded people believe in that. But that doesn't seem to stop you, brother, and Tojo Yamamoto winning anyhow you like. Now, Prichard, if you can look in the mirror tomorrow morning and shave and say the guy looking back at you is the champion, then, brother, you just fooling yourself. We all know to be the champion, you got to win it by yourself, pin the other guy's shoulders, 1, 2, 3. And you can't do that, Prichard. And Embry can't do that to Jeff Jarrett unless somebody's helping. Well, I'm just going to tell you, brother, next Sunday night, right here at the world-famous Sportatorium, I ain't going to care how I play the game. I just want to win. So if it takes hitting you with a chair, that's fine. If it takes knocking Tojo out with a chair, that's okay, too. The thing is, I want the belt back because the people don't want you as the champion. They want somebody who's got a little respect, and I think that's me. So I'll see you right here, brother, Friday night, one-on-one. We'll see how bad you are, Prichard. I want my belt back. Thank you, man.
Superstar Bill Dundee, they don't call him the battling Aussie for nothing. He will be up against Dr. Tom Prichard, and the sparks will fly this coming Friday night at the Sportatorium. We'll be back with more action coming up after this, right here on USWA Championship Wrestling.
Lone Star Boot Outlet is having a store-wide inventory clearance sale just in time for Father's Day. Prices have been slashed on inventory throughout the entire store. Men's boots as low as $29.95 and ladies' boots starting at $9.95. Men's and ladies' belts, 75% off. Let Lone Star Boot Outlet make your Father's Day really special. With every boot purchase, you'll receive a special Father's Day gift absolutely free. Men's boots, $29.95. Ladies' boots, $9.95 and belts, 75% off. Hurry in while selections are good at the store-wide inventory clearance sale at Lone Star Boot Outlet.
Looks like your dishwashing liquid's all washed up. Looks like ours is too. But we use New Dawn. Surprise, the suds come back, showing New Dawn's grease-cutting power can outlast your liquid. We cut grease when the competition can't.
Hey, it's a jungle out there.
I know. Did you get everything I asked for?
Right down to the fresh baked muffins.
Great. What's that?
Jif, I figured you're so choosy about everything else that you...
I already have a big name peanut butter.
Hey, I grew up on Jif. It's peanuttier.
Oh, come on.
Do me a favor. Smell yours.
It's okay.
Now, Jif.
Hey, it's like fresh peanuts.
Right. Taste yours.
Fine.
Now, Jif.
Wow. It tastes more like fresh peanuts. We have a new peanut butter.
Hey, am I a hero or what?
You know, Gary, I'm going to send you shopping more often.
Thanks.
For more fresh roasted peanut taste, choosy moms choose Jif.
24-hour stakeout. Hey, I'm coming. Your equipment better work, and in close quarters, your deodorant better work overtime. That's why Sure made new Pro Stick for men to protect for over 24 hours. In close quarters, we didn't want Pro Stick to come on strong then fade early. New Pro Stick has a long-lasting ingredient so our scents don't come on too strong but protect for over 24 hours.
Got it. Let's call it a night. You know it. You mean a day?
Try new Sure Pro Stick for men. The Pro works overtime every time.
Imagine taking a whiz-bang tour through Europe on a bus.
I feel like I was born on this bus.
I feel like I died on it.
Visiting places where you're not acquainted with their customs.
I'm telling you, Fred, it is not a planter.
Worse still, you're traveling with some strange characters. Suzanne Plachette is your tour guide.
I am so car sick from that bus that I am sick.
In If It's Tuesday, This Must Be Belgium. Don't miss the fun. Sunday at 2 on Channel 27.
Candido against El Grande Pistolero. Our next match here on USWA Challenge. Here is the youngster coming into the ring. Going up about 219 now. Is being examined by referee Paul Neighbors. He'll have his work cut out for him. A veteran of the ring wars, El Grande Pistolero from Mexico. Former world light heavyweight champion, former Mexican heavyweight champion in the ring against Chris Candido out of New Jersey. Candido, nice arm drag takedown by the young man. And another one. I had the opportunity to talk with this young man last week, right after he made his debut here in the USWA. Look at that high drop kick. Knocks down Pistolero. Pistolero arm drag takedown, and Candido going right after him, but Pistolero quickly raking the eyes of young Chris Candido. Candido has a lot of fine aspirations. He looks a bit like a baseball player that has made his mark with the Cincinnati Reds, and that being Chris Sabo, their fine third baseman. They could almost go as brothers. And Candido right now is feeling the effects of that big arm. I'm sure it feels like a baseball bat to the back of his neck from El Grande Pistolero. Pistolero backs him up against the rope. Whoa, did he ever chop him that time. Pistolero pouring the chop in, and there he nails him again. So the youngster getting a blessing of fire in the ring from the masked man, El Grande Pistolero. Pistolero, Candido pops him one time, pops him again, and a third time, and a headbutt, and down goes Candido. So they've just gone after each other toe-to-toe here in this match thus far, and Pistolero taking back the advantage. Chris Candido put down to the mat again. And Pistolero puts the boot across the throat, and the referee's going to break that up very quickly. Pistolero, veteran of the war in the ring, shows very readily. And there, right up against Pistolero, pouring the right hand to the neck. Candido down again. The referee, Paul Neighbors, with a warning. Pistolero backs him into the ropes. Chris Candido comes off. Back body drop, and down he goes. Caught the small of the back coming down. Pistolero sensing victory, I think, right here against the youngster. Gonna put him into the ropes again. Off the ropes, Candido. Wait a minute. Picks him up. Small package. Wraps him up. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Chris Candido gets a big win here in the USWA as he has just upset El Grande Pistolero. El Grande Pistolero thought he had the match in hand, and unfortunately for him, or fortunately for Chris Candido, Candido got the quick victory. Nightmare Danny Davis has some comments here, and I know he's got some words to say, and here he comes now. Let's see if we can get over here at ringside. The Nightmare Danny Davis, the World Light Heavyweight Champion, and I know you've got some words today because a friend of yours asked you to make some comments to our fans here in the Metroplex area about what has happened and what is going on.
That's exactly right. You know, when you talk about wrestling and you talk about hot and heavy, it's all going down right here in the USWA. Well, let me tell you something. The Tennessee stud, Robert Fuller, has been a long-time friend of mine, and everybody knows what Tex Salanger and the Master Blaster done to him. That's why he couldn't be here. Well, my good friend, the Tennessee stud, asked me to deliver a message to you, Tex Salanger, and to you, Master Blaster. Anytime you guys want to get it on, he's going to be ready. Now, you know, Jeff Jarrett and Robert Fuller are an exceptional tag team. Jeff Jarrett said he would give up his shot at the Southern Heavyweight title, but Robert Fuller, being the man, being the stud he is, says no. Says, Jeff, you go ahead and go for your title. I'll take Tex Salanger on in a Texas death match. Well, let me tell you something. Robert Fuller has done said that you, Tex Salanger, are going to pay 100 times over for what you've done to him. And next week, right here in Dallas, Texas, I wouldn't want to be in your shoes. Now, let me tell you something. Another reason I'm out here is this new kid in town, and his name is Chris Candido. Well, you know, he's a fine, upstanding, upcoming wrestler, and he's made it known all through the USWA that he wants a title shot for Nightmare Danny Davis's USWA light heavyweight title. Well, let me tell you something. This belt belongs to the people. I wear it for them. And anytime you think you're man enough to take it away from me, all you got to do is sign your name on the dotted line, because Nightmare Danny Davis does not back down from anybody.
The Nightmare Danny Davis, World Light Heavyweight Champion, with some words for us here today. The Texas Women's Championship is up next on USWA Wrestling.
Hey, I'm Russell, and I got Wayne here. What's up? And this new F1 race for Game Boy. Up to 4 guys can play each other at the same time. Whoa, major crash! Use the turbo, man. Number 3's tossing him. Each guy's got his own race. Whoa, break! And his own screen and his very own view of the race. No, he's going quick. I don't know what Wayne said was, I don't know what he said. Anyway, 4-player adapter things included. F1 race for Game Boy from Nintendo. Round up your posse and check it out.
What is real?
Is that for real?
That can't be real.
What about her? Is she for real?
Well, what is real?
This is real.
Skittles.
Tart and tangy. Wild berry. Tropical. Real fun. Real good. With real fruit juices.
Skittles. Bite-sized candies.
Taste the rainbow.
You've been in an auto accident and your back and neck still hurt. Before you call that clinic, ask yourself, is it staffed by medical doctors or chiropractors? K-Clinic's medical doctors can prescribe medication and shots. Chiropractors cannot, by law. Call K-Clinic today. Our 11 Metroplex locations are staffed with medical doctors and the latest equipment to put you on the road to recovery. Call K-Clinic today. In Dallas, call Clinic 6. In Fort Worth, 6 Clinic. Do it now.
Food Line is America's fastest-growing supermarket chain, and nobody knows the reasons for that rapid growth better than Tom Smith, president of Food Line.
Janie's basically extra low prices plus quality and service.
But Tom, how can Food Line have extra low prices and provide quality and service?
In the coming weeks, I'll be telling people how Food Line keeps prices low and quality high.
You'll be just as interested as I am in hearing Tom Smith tell about the Texas size savings when Food Line comes to the Metroplex.
I think I should wear a hat.
Well, not unless you're going to sing, Tom.
A Attention Metro area wrestling fans, this is the updated card for the Sportatorium for action this Friday night. It starts at 8 o'clock. 7 great matches. Private Terry Daniels opens up against El Grande Pistolero. El Gran Colosso takes on the dirty white boy Tony Anthony. The World Light Heavyweight title on the line. Nightmare Danny Davis, the champion, defends the belt against Chris Candido. Plus, in a special grudge match, it's gorgeous Gary Young taking on the Master Blaster. A special Texas death match on the card. The Tennessee stud Robert Fuller returns to battle the man that put him out, Tex Salanger. Plus, the Southern Heavyweight title on the line. The champion, flamboyant Eric Embry, defends the belt against the former champion, the Golden Boy, Jeff Jarrett. And this match just added, the Texas Heavyweight title on the line as demanded by the Board of Governors of the USWA. Dr. Tom Prichard puts his newly won belt up against superstar Bill Dundee. All this action Friday night at the world-famous Sportatorium. This is our main event on USWA Challenge today. The Texas Women's Championship on the line. Sweet Georgia Brown takes on Sweet Madeline. 1 fall, 30-minute time limit, and we're ready. And lock it up, center of the ring right away. Side headlock, Sweet Georgia Brown caught by Miss Madeline. Madeline may have the opportunity to take this belt right away from Sweet Georgia Brown. She's held it for quite a long time. And right now has that side headlock locked in on Sweet Georgia. And one thing about Sweet Georgia that I will give credit to is she is one of the toughest female wrestlers I have ever seen. There is more power in that punch. I mean, she swings that right hand just like a man. I mean, you talk about equality in the ring. This young lady certainly is of equal to many of the stars of the USWA when she throws that right hand. Surfboard now by Madeline. Oh, look at this escape by Sweet Georgia. Sweet Georgia's down, catches Miss Madeline in the midsection, and Madeline is down, and now let's watch Sweet Georgia go to work. Big right hand on Madeline, and there's another one. By the way, the USWA, look at that drop kick. The USWA, when it comes to your hometown, brings exciting wrestling action. Dirks, Arkansas, the USWA will be in your city next Saturday at the high school stadium starting at 8 o'clock. Tickets are on sale from any JC member in Dirks, Arkansas next Saturday. There's that leg up into the midsection of Miss Madeline. Tossed off the ropes. Sweet Georgia caught her with a clothesline. Look, there's an example of what I'm talking about. Throwing that left arm with authority. Madeline is down. Wind knocked out of her. Sweet Georgia now puts that short forearm to the side of the face. Throws the right hand. She's just working over Miss Madeline. This is why Georgia Brown is the women's champion here in Texas. Backs Madeline into the corner. Starts slugging away. Boy, she just goes right to town on her opponent. Madeline had things going her way earlier, and Sweet Georgia now follows with the elbow right into the neck area. Sweet Georgia moving in. Puts that short forearm into the neck. Has Madeline wrapped around the ropes. Georgia puts her off. No, a reversal. Madeline with a reversal. Georgia coming down. Uh-oh. Georgia's got her up. Goes for the pile driver and just nailed her right into the canvas. 1, 2, 3. Miss Madeline won't get up for that one as Sweet Georgia Brown retains her Texas Women's Championship, making quick work of Miss Madeline in a victory here on USWA Challenge. We'll be back to close things out right after these messages.
If you're only going to make one 900 call tonight, call the directory, the ultimate phone experience. Live lines, confessions, fantasies, and dating lines with just one phone call. It's the directory. Call and listen to actual samples of the best 900 lines in the country. For only $3 a minute, you can hear them all. It's the ultimate phone experience. Adults only. 1-900-288-1411.
Kelly LeBrock reveals the essence of man.
Hard to define, easy to know. It's in the way he holds a drink, the way he wears his clothes, the way he talks, the way he walks, the way he smiles, looks, and kisses.
Rodney DeYoung presents the Young Amigos.
I need auto liability insurance. I don't have time to go down to that office. Besides, the game is on.
Have no fear. The Young Amigos are here. And Rodney DeYoung can start your auto liability insurance with just a phone call. Just call.
Okay, I will.
Call 943-7303 today.
Think young, Rodney DeYoung.
At St. Elsewhere, the residents learn all about professional conduct.
No kidding, twerp.
Dignified bedside manner.
Is he laughing? Hope she's receptive to bootlicking.
How to be prepared for any emergency.
Didn't know he was loaded.
St. Elsewhere. Expect the unexpected.
Weeknights at 10 on Channel 27.
We taught her a lot more than dancing. By the time we were finished, she knew how to call Rodney DeYoung.
Just call! Don't Mess with Texas and Jeff Jarrett are teaming up next Saturday, June 15th, for the filming of a television commercial here at the world-famous Sportatorium. And we need your help in order to make it a success. We need 500 extras to fill the stands next Saturday, June 15th at 10 o'clock in the morning. For those Texas wrestling fans interested in participating, please pick up a release form at the Sportatorium Friday night. Thanks for your support, and join us Saturday, June 15th at 10 o'clock.
Can get these guys down to a mean of victory for him tonight. But Gary Young's in trouble now, and Tex Salanger and the Master Blaster are taking in every advantage they can.
Salanger in now on Gary Young. I don't know if a tag was made or if Salanger's even the legal man in the ring. But the exchange occurred nevertheless while referee Paul Neighbors was over talking with Jeff Jarrett. There's a right hand to the back of the head. Gary Young goes down, and Salanger measures him and throws the elbow to the top of the head. Young comes firing back off the ring ropes, but Salanger's there to meet him and puts that knee up to the midsection and continues the onslaught on gorgeous Gary Young.
Well, once Tex Salanger puts those big meat hooks into you, and a big boot, I think Gary Young is getting a taste of what these two young men want. They came here to the USWA just like everybody else, and they've got one half of the World Tag Team Champion standing on the apron, and they got some guy that calls himself Gorgeous standing there taking shots right now.
Gary Young, the human punching bag at the hands of the Master Blaster right now in the ring. Young continues to take the punishment of the masked man, and the Master Blaster is pouring him in right now. Young is on the ropes, slung across the way, and he missed him with the clothesline, but he caught him with the knee.
Good move by the Master Blaster's part. He was on top of his game right there. Young missed the first move, but he caught him with that knee coming back. That's the sign of a pretty good professional.